With your CIGTV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with news on the newest RCIPS helicopter. In just a few days, the new helicopter will be arriving on island. Recently, His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Martin Roper, and the Honorable Premier, Mr. Alden McLaughlin, announced that the helicopter is jointly funded by the Cayman Islands and the United Kingdom. Now, the arrival of the new helicopter has been fast-tracked after the existing helicopter was recently damaged. The new H-145 is similar to the one seen here, will be used alongside the unit's existing aircraft once this is returned to service, and in the meantime will provide vital air support to the RCIPS. Now, the H-145 will boost Cayman's capability in the areas of search and rescue, law enforcement, and border protection operations. The aircraft will also be used to respond to disasters and other emergency situations in the other UK, Caribbean, overseas territories. Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin says the new helicopter will be an invaluable tool to help support our new Coast Guard agency, as well as our broader security groups. Also making headlines today, the new president and CEO of the University College of the Cayman Islands, Dr. Stacey R. McAfee, was officially inaugurated on Tuesday. Hundreds of dignitaries, including UCCI Board of Directors, faculty, and students attended the inaugural ceremony on the University College campus. Throughout the evening, there were speeches, performances, and a keynote address from Dr. Belida Matis, Provost and Chief Academic Officer from the Harrisburg University of Science and Technology. We say congratulations to Dr. McAfee, who took up her post back on January 1st. Well, a press release from the National Gallery says they are committed to being an inclusive gathering place where everyone in the community can learn about Caymanian culture, art, and history through the eyes of their artists, both past and present. With that in mind, the gallery has relaunched its signature program for senior citizens. Generously sponsored by EY Cayman, the program is designed to invite the older members of our community to the facility, as well as select venues in each district to take part in social gatherings centered around heritage and culture. Sessions will include tours of the National Gallery exhibits as well as the National Collection, followed by an activity and refreshments. Gallery staff is keen to hear from people from the community who are interested in participating in the program. For more information or to just register your interest, you can email them at education@nationalgallery.org.ky or simply give them a call at 945-8111. That's 945-8111. Finally, in other news from the gallery, recently we told you about the support offered to the National Gallery from the Ministry of Culture. Today we hear from another of the 4 artists whose work was recently purchased by the Ministry of Culture to be placed in the National Art Collection at the gallery.
As far as I could remember, I was in Peyton all my life, so I transitioned in from working on the road into construction, into start my own studio to continue my art. So it's been doing it ever since. It's been over 20 years. It's a great feeling to know that, you have a passion for something and you get a chance to make a couple bucks off it. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. To be a local artist and have a location to house your art, it's a great addition to your craft. Next, just to continue enjoying my ride as a visual artist and do my community duties to encourage and promote Caymanian art.
To see Mr. Ebanks' work and of the other local artists, you can visit the National Cayman Islands Gallery. And that ends today's news update here on CIG Television. If you missed it, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us, wishing you a wonderful and safe night, and hoping you'll join me back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.